beautiful day. AskOyinkan here, and today we'll be talking about Black authors. I'm super duper excited because I love to read and I love to learn, and if you love to read too, then I know you're definitely gonna enjoy this video. Make sure you subscribe and also check the link in my bio for more information on these books in case you're interested in supporting these authors, or if you just want to learn more about them. Check the link in the bio, which also includes resources on how you can help organizations fighting inequality, whether you have the funds to help or you don't have the funds to help. There's different ways to help out these organizations, whether you have money or not. So check the link in the bio. All right, let's get started. The first book I'm talking about is The Chiffon Trenches. Oh my gosh. I just got this book I got this book a few weeks ago. I'm still in the beginning of the book. I didn't get to read through it all yet, but so far so good. I don't know how to tell you how important this book is to me. Talley, he worked at Vogue for 4 decades. And I don't know if you guys have seen my video about his book. I did a video right before his book released about him releasing a book about his experience working at Vogue. And I called the video Working in Fashion. So I'm gonna link it in the iCard in case you wanna check that out for yourself. But oh my gosh, Talley is a legend. I'm keeping this book forever, like forever, ever. You know how some people on their table in their living room, they have like Vogue, Coco Chanel books and stuff like that, or Tom Ford. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have a black man, Talley, okay? Because this means more to me than a Tom Ford book, than a Coco Chanel book. Like, what does that mean? This has more substance. I feel like he relates to me more than those type of books. Speaking of fashion, Claire Salmers, so she has her book, The Bomb Life. It came out a few years ago. I read this book so fast. It's an easy read. She talks about her life. She gets really candid. She actually got more candid than I expected. I was like, oh wait, are you talking about your love life? Because you know, what we see on Fashion Bomb Daily is really just like fashion, which it's what it's all about anyway, right? I wasn't expecting her to go so deep and so personal, and I appreciate that. I loved it. I think it's a really good book. Oh gosh, it's such a really good book. She gives advice on it, you know, if you want to work in fashion, if you want to do this, you got to stay the course. You know, she gives advice. It has pictures in it as well. You should check this out. And it's small, so it's easy to carry if you're traveling. That's important. Some of these books be big, but this is easy to carry when you're traveling. So I would say you can get this. You can read it on the plane, read it while waiting for the plane, once quarantine is out completely. The next book I'm talking about, I haven't read it yet, but I do plan on getting it. It is My Fashion Fairy Tale by Nicole Linnell. I mentioned her before. I mentioned her in my Black-owned fashion brands to support video, so you can check that out as well. I'm gonna link it in the iCards. It's about her life. I haven't read it, but I know a synopsis of like what it is, what it's gonna be about. It's about her life. She gets really candid on social media, so you can follow her on social. All her information will be in the link and below. All her information will be there for you to like keep up with her and check her out. Her business is probably like, I don't know, maybe 2 years old or so, and she's really killing it. Black Privilege. Opportunity Comes to Those Who Create It by Charlamagne. You guys know Charlamagne from 105.1. You guys know Charlamagne from talking about mental health a gajillion times. I didn't start reading this book yet, but I bought it when I bought the Talley book. I'm really excited about this. This came out a couple years ago, and I'm super duper excited to start reading it. I love when people consider being black as a privilege. I've always felt that being black is a privilege. I've always been proud of being black, even when I've been told or when I've been treated like it's not a privilege. I still have always felt like it's a privilege, and it's a blessing to have this skin, and it's a blessing to be black. I like to talk to people who also have that golden mindset, and I love that Charlamagne has that mindset as well. That's what makes me interested in reading his book. And he comes from like, he came from nothing, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't born rich. He wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. So I'm excited to see parts of his story he's going to share in this book. And he also has another book also, if you want to get it. It's about like mental health and things like that. Hey guys, I totally forgot. There's some books that I didn't mention in the video, but I put in the blog post. Please check the link below for the blog post, because it has all the books that I'm talking about for this. The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. This book means more than you can ever imagine to me, because I read it in my early 20s. I was probably like 21. Yes, I was 21 when I read this book, and it inspired my senior thesis. I don't know if I shared this with you guys, but I got my degree in Black Studies, and it inspired my senior thesis, which was mass incarceration of Black men in the working class. And I ended up writing that thesis after I read The New Jim Crow. That made me go into a whole big research, etc., etc. Check out The New Jim Crow. It's an incredible book. I read it 7 years ago. It's amazing. It means a lot to me. Also, forgot to mention The Face That Changed It All by Beverly Johnson. I read that book a few years ago when it came out. That book is incredible. If you're a girl that loves fashion, Beverly Johnson is one of the first Black models. And if you love fashion and want to learn a lot about the fashion history, because she was friends with a lot of her colleagues in her early 20s are like some of the greats now. So she gives a lot of insight about what things were like back then. So if you really care about fashion and history of fashion, definitely check that out. How to Be an Antiracist by Ibram x Kendi. I haven't read that book yet, but I think that it's very important that people understand that not being racist is not enough. You need to be an anti-racist, because an anti-racist checks somebody when they say something racist. But a person who's just not racist, they stay quiet when they hear something that's off or not right. So an anti-racist stands up for what they believe in, if that makes sense. So definitely check out that book. Power of Broke by Damon John. He talks about how not having money. I haven't read this book yet, but I plan on reading it. He talks about how not having money is actually can create some leverage for you, opposed to somebody who does have money when you're trying to strive and become something and do great things in life. Okay, get back to the video. Small Doses by Amanda Seales. I added Amanda Seales to this list because I absolutely love. She's all over the press right now about leaving the real. So that everybody's talking about that right now. You can tell she's a woman who does not just do stuff for money. She does things because she's passionate about it, and I love that about her. So I think Amanda Seales is definitely someone to support. She's been writing for us for a minute now. She's been going hard for Black people for a minute. She gets told that she goes too hard for us, and she still goes hard for us. So we have to go hard for her, and we have to support her. So I'm excited to read her book. She's an intellectual woman. I can only imagine what type of read it's going to be for me. So I'm super excited about that, and I can't wait to read her book as well. Who's next? Who's next? Down the Way Girl by Taraji P. Henson. Oh my gosh. I just feel like because I've been watching Taraji since I was little. Okay, not little, but you know what I mean. Well, basically little, because she's been in the game for like maybe 20 years. Yeah, I've been watching her since I was little. And you know what it is? I like reading people's autobiography. I like reading memoirs. I really do. If you have a really full life, like if it's not that you've been through quite a lot, I like reading about it, because those who have been through things have a whole lot of life lessons to teach. So you learn from them. So you don't make the same mistakes they do, or one thing or another. There's so many gems they have acquired from being from going through so much pressure. Pressure makes diamonds. I think those are the type of people that you can learn from. It's pretty cool. Maybe I'm a weirdo for thinking that way, but Male vs. Man by Dondre Whitfield. Okay. First of all, Dondre Whitfield has a YouTube channel called Male vs. Man right now. It goes along with his book called Male vs. Man. I'm subscribed to his YouTube. It's really good. He talks about how a male and a man is not the same thing. Being a male is easy. Every guy is a male. But being a man is a totally different, it's a higher level. It's somebody who takes accountability. It's somebody who does what they're supposed to do. He breaks that down in his book, and the book just came out too. It's not like it's a very freshly new book. It's something that I'm super duper excited to read. Or even I'm a woman, I like to read stuff like that, because some of those principles can apply to us women also. What if you think you're taking accountability for certain things in your life, but you're really not? So you just never know what you can learn from these books. Another book that's for men that I plan on reading is The Truth About Men by Devon Franklin. You guys may have already heard of Devon Franklin. He preaches quite a lot. And I like it. I love his YouTube. He gives it to you real, but he does it in the name of Jesus. You know, he's a man of God. Very thorough and straightforward, just like DeAndre Whitfield is thorough and straightforward. Devon Franklin gives it to you real. Like, he just be straight up like, man, you know you're supposed to be doing this, do that. But even though these books are about men, I still think women can buy it as well, because man, woman, you're still human, and humans make mistakes. No one is perfect. It's always good to learn. Last but not least, The Wait by Devon Franklin and Megan Good. This book has been out for years now. It's a book that I've always wanted to read. How they waited until marriage before having sex, and I haven't read it, so I don't know everything that's in the book, but I'm really interested because it's very God-based. So if you don't believe in God, you probably would not even care about this book. So if you don't believe in God, I'm really interested in how they were guided to go about their relationship from the time when they were dating into becoming boyfriend and girlfriend, into getting married, into where they are now, where they've been together for 8 years. You never lose anything from knowledge, so I'm super excited to learn about that. Book I've always wanted, because I remember when they just got together years ago, and during their interviews, they would always say, yeah, we're waiting till marriage, and people would look at them like they're crazy. And it's like, but you gotta understand, that's their decision. The same way they don't look at you like you're crazy for having sex with people whenever you want to, whoever you want to, you can't look at them crazy for waiting. That's their decision. Make sure you check the link in the bio if you want to learn more about any of these authors that I provided, or if you want to check out their books. Also includes resources for you to take action during this time with organizations. Gotta support them, guys. We really, really do. We got to support them. So please support organizations, support Black authors, support Black people doing incredible things. I love you, love you, love you so much. Thank you so very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe and check out my other videos right over here somewhere. Okay, bye.